this depot, there's an old Phillips 66 service station that they've brought back to life. That's pretty cool. I don't know if this is originally here or this is something they recreated, but that's what your service station would look like back in the day. Way back in the day. That's how you tell how many gallons you got. Pretty cool stuff. So let's say in the Red Fork Centennial Old Derrick, the tallest in America. I don't think that's right. Six Flags over Texas has one that is probably 6 or 8 times taller, so I don't know about that. Don't believe everything you see and read. Well, howdy folks, and welcome to Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is my first time being in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I gotta say, on first impressions, it's looking pretty awesome. I had no idea that Tulsa was this big of a city. And this well kept. I mean, this is the second largest city in Oklahoma. I just had no idea it was this awesome. We got a good video for you guys today, so hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy the film. Because we are on Tulsa time, by the way. So within the city limits of Tulsa itself, there are 413,000 plus people living here. And in the metro area, which is very large, which I had no idea had such a huge metro area, there's well over 1 million people in Tulsa Metro. Tulsa is known as the oil capital of the world. At least that's its nickname. And it's the 48th largest city in the United States, so it breaks the top 50. So I'm considering this a large city. So, Tulsa was developed in the 1820s, 1830s. Originally it was Muskogee Creek Nation, Indian tribe here, Native American tribe. And it's just a beautiful area. And these Indian nations all border right up to Tulsa. It's kind of a weird demographic where you have, I think 3 or 4 or 5 of these nations kind of bordering together in this one area. But it's a beautiful area. It's got the Arkansas River running right through the middle of it. You got the Osage foothills, the Ozarks in between. So it's just a hilly, beautiful waterway. Everything a great city should have. So one thing I noticed pulling into town, there is a lot of churches. I mean, a lot. You can see them in the distance here and there and everywhere. And they're just beautiful, cathedrals. I mean, look at this. Absolutely gorgeous, and they're all over the city. Now, Tulsa is a college town. There's actually 2 universities here. The University of Tulsa and Oral Roberts University. So one of the fascinating facts about Tulsa, I didn't know until I was doing the research for this video, is that the Mother Road, Route 66, was a brainchild of a businessman from right here in Tulsa. He wanted to link Chicago to Los Angeles. His name was Cyrus Avery. His campaign in 1925 is what brought the U.S. highway system to create U.S. Highway Route 66. And Tulsa was a hub of travelers on the route. People loved to have the rest stop over in Tulsa when they were driving from Chicago to Los Angeles, or vice versa. It was a great place to stop, have some food. There was quite a few ballrooms in town at that time. Matter of fact, Bob Wills was a mainstay player in Tulsa. Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys. And people would stop from, all over their travels, stop in Tulsa and spend the night, have a night out in the town, get some rest and relaxation before hitting the road again. So during the oil and gas bust of 1982, Tulsa was one of the most hard-hit cities in the entire United States, as it heavily relied on oil and gas as its main source of revenue. Now, by 1992, 10 years later, it had fully recovered. The leaders of the city decided they wanted to expand into other avenues of revenue for the city so that it didn't so heavily rely on oil and gas in case of another recession or whatever. It wouldn't take the city down like it did in 82. So to diversify out of just the oil and gas industry, the leaders of the city brought in several other businesses and were invited and give tax incentives to bring other businesses to the area, such as aerospace, a ton of medium-sized, I think there's 30 or 40 good medium-sized companies based here that employ over 1,000 people for each one of those companies. So if the oil goes bust again, it won't devastate Tulsa like it did before. Companies such as American Airlines, Lufthansa, I think I said that right. That's always a tongue twister for me. The German airlines. Anyway, a lot of these big aerospace companies have bases here to do maintenance and things of that nature. So they really diversified out of just the oil industry. There's some big food companies based out of Tulsa as well. Mazzio's Pizza, the Rib Crib. Quick Trip is actually out of here, and they're a big food and gas industry, retail gasoline shop with food court inside. There are also several media companies based out of Tulsa, along with some pretty big construction companies, very large ones. But when you pull through town, I mean, you can see that there's money in this town. This town is upkept well. It's got a good financial base to it, and you can always tell when you go into a city that's misran and one that's ran right. You can tell this one's ran right. And I have no idea if this is who controls the city, if it's Republican or Democrat. I haven't looked that up, but just overall in general, you can tell when a city's ran right and when it's not ran right. So in pop culture, this town was the namesake of the famous Don Williams song, Tulsa Time, which I'm a big fan of that song. That's a great song. And it's also the filming location for the movie The Outsiders. There's been lots of famous people from Tulsa. A lot of country music stars like Garth Brooks, for instance. I don't care what rock you crawled out from under, you know the song Friends in Low Places. Some other fabulous country acts like Ronnie Dunn from Brooks and Dunn, Roy Clark from Hee Haw fame, Rodney Carrington, the famous comedian, all from Tulsa. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the most famous, popular group that ever came out of anywhere in the United States is also from Tulsa. The pop band Hanson. It's also the hometown of one of my very favorite throwed-off actors, Gary Busey. That's right. Now, there are tons and tons more from this area. That's just the ones off the top of my head, and people that I liked. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Look at this over here. That's too cool, man. So this is a pretty cool little strip they got here. They preserved of old 66. Very cool.
My first rodeo.
Rancho Grande. So Mrs. Max, one thing that just blows me away about, I've never been to Tulsa, And I cannot believe the size of Tulsa. I had no idea it was this big of a city. What do you think about it? Yeah, it's just absolutely huge. I had no idea. It just goes and goes and goes.
It's your last big town before you get to Kansas.
There's one way to look at it.
Kansas.
You're definitely not in Kansas anymore.
Definitely not in Kansas City. Yes, it's a big town. All with craft cocktails, tacos, rotisserie, platters, gourmet pizza. Closes at 9.
So we're now down in the Market District. It's supposed to be an awesome 66 marketplace over there, they said. Food hall.
It's a food hall. It's a huge food court.
Sometimes those can be really good and sometimes they're really not good. You just never know.
This one's got decent reviews. There's lots of picnic tables and you can fish. Yep, you can slide down it into the water.
Yeah, so Mrs. Max over here looking at stuff around here. The blue whale's out here. I didn't know. I knew it was somewhere on 66. I didn't know where, so we're awful close to it. Might just have to check it out. It says it's closed, but I don't know if it's on private land or how that works now. I think back in the day you could just roll up on it and go check out this old hotel.
Something hotel. The Campbell Hotel.
Bama Pie. Pieland, USA. It's the Bama Pie plant.
We have a Coney Island here.
You know what I want to find? I want to find like an old root beer stand or
Hot
something
dog
like that.
restaurant.
Oh, there you go. There's Coney Island right
I
there.
know, that's what I just said. There's
Wow.
Coney Islander.
Oh, check that out. That's an old school Arby sign. I haven't seen an Arby sign like that in years. That's pretty cool. There's a university. It is.
Here, this is what she was talking about. That looked like a castle.
I don't know. What is this place? I like that sign.
Chicken in the wild.
Chicken and the Wolf.
Chicken in the wolf. Chicken in the wild. Look, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
John's. Hurricane Lounge Cannabis. Okay, no, it's a Tally's Good Food Cafe. Angie's
Yes.
Fish and Wings.
Somebody did a left, right?
What's the time? Dental something. The play.
I just enjoy seeing all the old buildings and stuff from the Mother Road. You know the time frame they were built and all. Some are fixed up, some are dilapidated, you know.
There's an old diner.
Old diner, yeah, that's cool.
Cafe on the 66. It's cute.
Alright, we pulled into the Desert Inn Motel, I believe is what the name of this is. Anyway, we looked it up. The reviews are absolutely not very good, so we're not going to stay here. But we normally would stay at places like this, traveling out west. We stayed at one in Albuquerque like this last year. But yeah, man, they got a new toilet for you. Anyway, it looks like a place. Looks like a meth head about took her car door off a while ago, so I don't know. I think we'll roll on, but it is kind of cool to check out. Old school Americana. Desert Hills, that's what it's called, the Desert Hills Motel. Cable, phone, Wi-Fi, they got it all. Stay here at the Western Inn.
Wonder Bread.
Ooh, is it a Wonder Bread Bakery? That place just says yuck on it. Yuck. Super 11. That's where you used to get $11 rooms. Look at the pool. The pool looks wonderful. It's got nice greenery on it. Wonder Bread. Hostess with the mostest. Is this where they make Twinkies, missus?
I guess so.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
I think I found my spot.
So we turned off of 66 down, I'm not sure what road this is. What is this? Garnet Road, I guess it is, yeah. We have found Little Mexico, so if you're looking for your Mexican food, Mexican bazaars, all that kind of stuff, this is where it is. A mobile fruitier? Alright, shit.
Good stuff.
Alright, we are heading towards Broken Arrow, right?
Yeah. Sure that's special.
It's a slider that misses outside. The first positive, Eric Silver, former big leaguer.
In 1,000 feet, turn left on East 6th Street.
So I found this awesome place for dinner called The Vault. It's in an old bank building, and we set up on the second floor overlooking town. Awesome place. Check it out if you're in Tulsa. Alright, Mr. Chef, this is delicious. I've tried a piece of each of these. Very good. Haven't tried this shit, and I haven't tried this shit. The meatballs are fantastic.
You want a plate or not? Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'll just eat off your plate. All 6 of them. Check that out. We're ballpark.
So this is minor league.
Yeah, it's the minor league. Tulsa Drillers.
The Tulsa Drillers.
Pretty cool ballpark. Right downtown. The way ballparks should be. Not the Tulsa Pounders, but the Tulsa Drillers. They will drill you into submission. I mean, I can't tell you how impressed I am with Tulsa. I had no idea. I've never been here before. And what a gem. What an absolute gem of a town. I mean, it's got everything. And of course it does have some bums and all, but it's not like overloaded with bums that are like distracting you from actually enjoying the city. So way to go, Tulsa. The ballpark's right there. As you can see, we just passed it. It's got the backdrop of downtown. I mean, it's the way a ballpark should be. Outdoors, not in a Home Depot. And man, I love this town. Fantastic. I mean, my home team, the Texas Rangers, play in what looks like to be a Home Depot distribution center. I mean, I've never seen a worse looking ballpark. I can't believe it's a major league ballpark. You know, they had a beautiful ballpark, and they went to that. So, yeah, outdoor ballpark, right in downtown. They did it right here.